Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. We're doing the weekly review 7. Yeah, and I just noticed I made a crazy mistake on Monday. I uploaded the same video twice, and it was supposed to be Monday's video, which is the 15th. Was it last week Monday? I think it was last week Monday. It's the same video twice. The weekly review and the Monday video is the same video, and I got rid of the video. It's deleted because they take a lot of space, and hence I upload them on YouTube so I can delete them. Because I'm usually basically using YouTube for free storage. I'm not gonna lie. That's actually the whole point of this low key. So yeah, those videos are literally the same thing, which kind of sucks, but that's fine. Which is, I think, yeah, last week's Monday. Yes, yes, yes. But regarding this Monday, I didn't take any trades. So it was really bad price action. Obviously, I don't trade Mondays, but I just saw the price action was just so bad on this Monday. There was nothing to work off, to be honest. There was honestly nothing. I think this was the 930 candle right over here where this 930 price came in, used this for value gap and went higher. But then after that, and also again at I waited for during the macro. During the macro, price came back into this the first fair value gap that they gave us. Used that. Even during the macro wasn't really that clean. Literally was not that clean. And then only later in the day, the second macro price used that, and then it sent price higher, which was very nice, very very nice. But yeah, I don't trade Mondays. We can actually look at the 15-minute of this Monday. Let's see what happened. Yeah, there wasn't really much to work off, but I knew we're buying because I saw price respect this for value gap. But yeah, yeah, and obviously this past Friday we only had 4 trading days. This past Friday I did not trade because it was a bank holiday, so I did not look at the charts then. And then we had Tuesday. I took a loss on Tuesday. I tried buying this actually. I was really confident about it. I'm not gonna lie. But then afterwards, I saw my mistake. I saw the mistake I made, you know. And another thing that I did wrong is that I said on the video when I was doing the daily recap, like I do see price coming back into this right over here, coming back into this area. Um, but then when I saw this happen, I was like, oh, we probably want to go higher, blah, blah. But I was just price respecting a 15-minute candle in this higher time frame, right? Let's just look at that real quick. Price was respecting a 15-minute candle on the higher time frame, which was this candle. It was actually two of them. I realized this, I saw this late. It was this candle, price came back into that. Because I was just looking at from this candle, price respecting this candlestick, oh, we're buying, henceforth I bought when we left this first fair value gap. But it was telling me there was a different story from this. I saw this, right? Price came back into this, and then I also saw, can we fix that? And I also saw this. This I realized late, where price had already left this. We're using this as an inverse now. Price already left this. It left it, and then the wicks are doing the damage, and then this just did the damage by coming back into this to retest this, and then we get lower prices. So if I was just a little bit more patient, but I genuinely didn't notice it at the time. It would have really been a nice play. It would have really been a nice play. But I missed it. I ended up short buying it. I was really confident about the buy. I was happy about it when price left this. I bought that and then profit for some time, and then obviously got stopped out when we were here. And then I saw this entry price coming back into the first value gap during the macro hours there. You see that respecting that midpoint, and then we sold. So that was really a dumb L, and we end up going to the area where I said we are gonna go. So yeah, I really need to work on that, trusting myself. That's very important direction. Um, but yeah, I had a plan. Well, it wasn't a plan. I called it. I saw, oh, I want to see price come here, but I went totally against that, But the one thing that that made me go against it afterwards was when price attempted to go down. You guys can see that 3 minutes, 4 minutes into the market open, it just fell short. Then I was like, oh, it's probably not gonna do it. But we're just generating liquidity and also took out these lows. So I thought like it might wanna go high and take out the London high. And it had different plans. It had different plans and it literally just dropped crazy. So yeah, I missed that. Yeah, Tuesday was definitely a lost day. And then we had Wednesday. I took another loss on Wednesday, which was so silly, honestly speaking. Wednesday was such a silly loss, dude. I can't explain that one. This is Wednesday. Yes, this was Wednesday. Wednesday, so Wednesday I did take a short, right? Brother, I did take a short on Wednesday. Um, this was the opening range gap somewhere around there. Yeah, the opening price there. And then price was just playing around and I knew that we are gonna short. I was like, I want to see price short. But I thought when price did this, leaving that London low right there, we might want to go for the London high, which was above here, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's this one, this one. I thought we might want to do that first before going lower, but it didn't want to take out that high at all. Literally, oh, here. We didn't want to take out that high at all. Literally reversed. And then I saw opportunities, right? I, when price was like here, right? I saw the shorting opportunity. Well, this one actually. I saw the shorting opportunity as price leaving that and coming back to short it to go lower and also using the survey gap to go lower to catch that London low, which was this. And this down there. Also the gap, because the gap is all the way. This is the gap. Was my second TP was at the gap. So that was my initial plan, but I was like, you know what, I'd rather wait for price to go below this first fair value gap and then I'll go short, and which is something I did do. I waited for price to come below the first fair value gap, which was this one. I shorted this. um my first TP was below this low, so that's where it caught me. And something told me, to be honest, in all transparency, something told me put it a bit above, like here. But then I was like, nah, I'm gonna just like, there's no way it's not gonna come for this low. Henceforth, I put it, and also with the end dog right there. So I was like, there's no way it's not gonna come for the low. But it humbled me. It just literally reversed at the midpoint, and then I ended up getting stopped out because I entered around here. My stop loss was above this right over there, and then I got stopped out, and then ended up reversing there, coming back into the opening range gap, and then went for TP. And then later in the day, when the news dropped, the FOMC, yes, dropped, literally dropped all the way to my second target. So that kind of hurt a lot. But whatever. And it's the same day when I lost this trade, the account was cooked already because I was only left with like $4 to trade, $5 to trade. And I was like, I'm just gonna play around with it. And I just took a trade and I lost. And then I blew the account. So I blew the funded before I could do anything with the funded. Which, yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about it. Anyway, so yeah, Wednesday was Wednesday, yeah. So my TP didn't get hit. I could have had a cleaner entry on this Wednesday, but um that didn't happen. That didn't happen. And I'll take my loss. I'll take my loss. I'm happy that I was patient regarding waiting for it to go below this. I didn't rush it here, to be honest, because my patience was tested. I was so tempted to enter off here, but I was like, right, let me rather get a cleaner, a proper confirmation. And I got that. I just got messed up here. And I'll take that loss. I'll take that. I'm just happy that I waited more than anything, you know. But yeah, the trade, if I had entered here, this would have been my TP1, the London low, and then this would be my TP2. But other plans. The market had other plans. And then Thursday, which was the last day. Oh no, what's going on Thursday? I mean, we did get a W, but the I ended up first shorting, right? Because you guys can, if you guys go watch back the video, my friend joined me on this day again, and I told him that I want to see price go up. Like I could do everything else, but I'm only gonna buy. I'm only buying today. That's it. I'm only buying today. I didn't go again. I didn't listen to myself because the moment in the macro when price, I think it was here. Wait, oh, when price, yeah, when this happened, I think it was around about here. I entered short. Yeah, I entered short here. Basically, I entered short here, and then on the other account, another one, I didn't go short yet. So it's like, oh, first TP. First TP was literally this, and didn't even get hit. I ended up getting stopped out. I ended up going against my plan, saying only buys because I saw price respect this basically. So it kind of gave me confirmation, to be honest, that oh, we might just want to take out the London low because that was the entire plan. We might just want to go take out the London low with the time that we have left, potentially the open range gap. I was thinking about it like that, right? And you guys can see price was really respecting that daily wick. I don't know why what I wrote there. Wick, daily wick midpoint, and the midpoint of this first fair value gap. You see price was just bouncing around, and the moment price was just acting like this, I just knew we were just gonna buy. But I took the risk of shorts right over here. And then on the other account, when I saw price come back, I was like, oh, maybe this could be the opportunity to sell again. Like price coming back here, and especially when this candlestick closed like this, just gave me that confidence. I sold and I ended up losing the trade, of course. That was the first trade I took. Then the second trade is when I got that the buy that I actually wanted. When I used, oh my days, when I used this as a first fair value gap. Damn, the lights just went. That's crazy. The lights just went. Okay, now they're back. Okay. When I used this as the first fair value gap, I mean, not when I used the first fair value gap, I used this as an inverse. The same when I tried to use it as an inverse entry, it was clean. The mistake I did, we got my first TP did get hit though. This was my first TP. It ended up getting hit, and I got stopped out in the second position. The mistake that I did do was I used the wrong stop loss. I didn't use this candlestick to enter. I used this one to enter. So my stop loss should have been all the way below here. Initially, I wouldn't have gotten stopped out of the trade. That's the mistake that I saw. Like, okay, I see where I went wrong. So my stop loss was at the bad place. As you guys can see, if I use this candlestick to enter and this fair value gap as an inverse, and my stop loss should have been below that, and I didn't do that. Henceforth, I got stopped out because I used this first fair value gaps as my stop loss placement because I don't wanna put risk a lot. Not risk a lot, but I was just playing it safe. I was like, why would it go below that? And it did. It actually did. So yes, stop loss management wise, it was really bad. It was bad. I could have managed it better, and I wouldn't have gotten stopped out of the trade. It would have been a long trade because it ended up coming back and then hitting later on. Um, so yeah, that stop loss management on this one. So that's one thing I could have just done better on the trade. It was clean though. It was clean. I was confident this day, but not confident enough to go with my plan. I was not confident enough to go with my plan, which I'm not really happy about. But we live and we learn, man. We live and we learn. And yeah, that's basically the week's review. Nothing crazy, nothing special. This has to go. This one definitely has to go. But yeah, this is the week's review. Um, hopefully this can help you guys. Surely does help me. Let me delete that for the thumbnail. Hopefully that helps you guys because it sure does help me um with my trading from time to time. So yeah, that's what I was looking at that after. But yeah, that's basically my weekly recap. Hopefully this helps you guys surely, and you guys learn from my mistakes that I made this week. Very bad week for me. I'm not gonna lie. Really psychology play, silly mistakes as well, the usual stuff, and just not trusting myself in the market, especially like losing the account, and that was kind of that really got to me, especially as I'm dealing with these issues, the my worldly problems, things that I'm dealing with outside of this, kind of does play a role into that. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but yeah, But yeah, we'll just see what next week has to bring for us. Let's just run through the news real quick. What we have for news wise for this coming week, as you guys can see, Friday was that's why we didn't have any trading days on Friday. Monday, okay, Monday no trade. There's no news. 9:45 we have news at 9:45. So we're gonna have to wait and see what we get during the macro. And then Wednesday, no news. Thursday, that's a nice day. 8:30 news. Friday, 10. That's also a nice day if you're in the right direction. So yeah, we'll just see. It looks like a good week. We have a great week ahead of us. Hopefully we can do the most of it. Hopefully we can just pass this phase one again. So yeah, yeah. Crazy week for me, I'm not gonna lie. The week before we're dealing with psychology. This week before it just, yeah, it's just not the best, man. Um uh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not looking good, bro. But for sure we'll recover. Continuously I'll continue to do my best, and just get my mind right back in the game for you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Cheers. See you tomorrow.